with regards to products being offered across the physical energy trading spectrum, that's what you're referring to. That's my business. I think over the past couple of years, there has been an increasing trend towards commodity traders moving into being quasi-commodity financing banks. There is still a lack of financing, structured finance solutions across Africa, and that's where the traders have really successfully moved in and filled that gap by offering NOCs, ministries, or quasi-governmental as well as private players across the continent financing solutions in return for product offtake, crude oil offtake, LNG, etc. So I think this is really the big development over the past couple of years. In terms of the current or the traditional financing players being reticent, I don't think it's necessarily the case. Africa is growing, and let's say the financing books in the traditional banks maybe haven't grown in an equivalent manner, which leaves a gap for new entrants into a market. Well, I think volatility, that's what you're referring to, in general is not a bad thing for a trading house because it opens arbitrage opportunities. I think what has really been a big challenge for trading firms over the past couple of months is many, let's say, crude oil markets as well as products moving into backwardation, which which was the outlet for many trading firms to rectify their storage positions. So it was let's say a liquidation of inventories, which obviously caused net profits to drop quite substantially across the sector. Volatility per se, just to come back to your question, is not a bad thing. Backwardation, if you have a lot of storage on your vessels, that is a bad thing. I like to talk about the boundary conditions. I've learned this very well working in many West African countries, but this applies to the continent at large as well as in a global context. Let's take the example of South Africa. Natural gas imports into South Africa. The Honorable Minister Radebe was speaking about it earlier. Net gas and LNG imports will compete with coal in South Africa. So the boundary condition in South Africa would be coal. This is different in any other market, but it means that there is an inter-fuel competition between various fuels, which has to be taken into consideration when looking for a potential energy solution of a respective country. That's the beauty about our industry, the energy industry. There's no one size fits all. You can sell Coca-Cola in any country in the world, but you cannot sell one type of energy form in any country or every country of the world. I think that's the beauty about our industry.